My beloved child, listen closely because this message is not just a whisper from the heavens, it is the very truth your soul has been waiting for. The air around you carries weight tonight, a weight filled with memories, regrets, and confessions that never reached your ears. What you are about to hear will pierce through your heart, but it will also free you from a chain you never asked to carry. Someone who once hurt you deeply has been living with a burden heavier than their own heartbeat. They smile in the daylight, they walk as though life is normal, but when the night closes in, guilt burns through their soul like fire. Their mind replays every moment, every word, every wound they left on you, and it refuses to let them rest. They didn't realize the damage when they did it, but time has forced them to face the truth. The echoes of their actions come back louder than the original sin. And though they may try to silence it, heaven has allowed the truth to rise and reach you now, because the season of hidden sorrow is ending. This person feels sorry, not just with words but with tears they can't control. They have written confessions in letters they never sent, whispered apologies into the dark, and carried pain that gnaws at them from within. They wish they could go back in time and undo it all, but the past is carved like stone, and the only thing left is remorse that refuses to leave their chest. They look at your strength now, and it crushes them with the reminder of what they destroyed before. Every blessing that enters your life is a reminder that they once stood in the way of your light. And while you flourish, they hide in shadows, haunted by their choices. They dream of you, child, more than they admit. In these dreams, they speak the words they never had courage to say, "I'm sorry, I was wrong, should have never done that to you." These dreams leave them waking up with tears on their pillow and shame pressing on their heart. You may not see it, but heaven has shown me clearly, they are being judged in their own soul every day. Their blessings slip through their fingers, and their nights bring no peace, because their spirit cannot escape the weight of their own betrayal. The regret eats them alive. And now, at this very hour, heaven has commanded this truth to reach you. Because you deserve to know, not for revenge, not for anger, but for healing. The sorrow they feel is real, but your healing is greater than their regret. This is not a coincidence, my child, it is divine timing. You had to walk away back then, but now the truth comes running toward you without chains. And though they suffer with remorse, your spirit will rise with clarity. Forgive or not, that choice rests with you. But heaven says their guilt will not vanish until they face what they did, whether in silence or confession. The tears they cry now are the same tears you cried years ago, but heaven has seen both sides, and justice has already been declared. So walk in power, knowing you have risen above what was meant to destroy you. Their regret does not define your life, your strength does. Their apologies may never reach your ears, but their soul is already bowed in sorrow before heaven's throne. Remember, beloved, you were never the broken one, they were. You were never the weak one, they were. And today, you are the one carrying light, while they sit in the shadows of their own regret. They thought time would wash away the weight of what they did, but instead, time has only sharpened it. Every passing year has turned into a reminder, every memory has become heavier than the last. Their spirit bends lower and lower under the weight of their own past. When they see your name, their chest tightens. When they hear your laughter echoing from far away, it strikes them with both beauty and pain. They know that joy was once theirs to protect, but instead, they were the reason you bled. Their regret follows them like a shadow that refuses to leave. Even in moments of celebration, even in their highest points, the sorrow crawls back in. The reminder of what they did to you becomes the invisible prison they cannot escape. They try to run from it, but everywhere they go, the past follows like a storm cloud. Their words of apology remain trapped in their throat, but their soul screams for forgiveness. Heaven watches as their tears fall silently, night after night. The people around them don't see the truth, they only see the mask. They smile, they laugh, they live, but when the curtain of night falls, their mask slips. That's when the raw pain inside them comes alive again. They think of what life could have been if they had treated you with love instead of betrayal. They think of how different things would look if they had chosen you instead of hurting you. The weight of those thoughts steals their sleep, their peace, and their future. Heaven has shown me, beloved, that this sorrow was meant to reach you now. Not to make you weak, not to reopen wounds, but to show you the power you hold today. Their regret is proof of the victory that belongs to you. Archangel Michael says, the tables have turned in ways they never expected. The same person who once left you broken now carries the brokenness themselves. What they gave you has circled back to them, multiplied. You are no longer the one carrying sorrow, they are. You are no longer the one living in darkness, they are. You are no longer the one waiting for answers, they are. And though you may wonder if their regret matters now, know this: Heaven records every tear, every wound, every scar. Nothing was unseen, and nothing was ignored. Justice is not only promised, it is happening now in their very soul. So walk with your head held high, because the pain that was meant to end you has become the pain that refines you. Their apologies may never reach your lips, but their tears already cry them out every day. You are free, beloved. Their regret is the prison. Your healing is the freedom. And no matter how much they wish to rewrite the past, Heaven has already written your future brighter than anything they could ever imagine. Their regret is not silent anymore, it's loud in the way they hesitate before speaking your name. It's in the way their eyes dim when your memory crosses their mind. Even in a crowded room, when laughter surrounds them, the ghost of what they did to you whispers louder than any voice. They once thought you would never rise after the storm they caused. But now, when they see your strength, it breaks them more than any punishment ever could. You have become the living proof that what they destroyed only rebuilt you into something greater. Every night they ask themselves the same thing: why did I do that? But the answer never comes. Instead, they are left drowning in a sea of guilt, waves of shame crashing harder with each memory. Heaven has allowed this sorrow to be their teacher, their reminder, their punishment. And while they crumble, you continue to shine. The balance has shifted, beloved child, and the scales now weigh heavily in your favor. They wish they could run back in time, hold your hand, and undo everything. But the doors of yesterday are locked, and only the future stands open. That future belongs to you, not to their regret. Your strength is now the fire that lights the path they can't walk anymore. Your blessings are the reward they forfeited with their betrayal. And your peace is the crown they can never steal from you again. Archangel Michael says, this truth arrives to you not as a wound but as a healing. It is to remind you that Heaven did not allow you to suffer in vain. Every scar you carried became the seed of blessings now blooming in your life. Their heart aches for forgiveness, but their spirit knows that only heaven can release them. They bow in silence, but heaven has already declared, your destiny was never in their hands. It was always in God's. They feel sorry, yes, but sorry cannot buy back the moments they stole. Sorry cannot erase the nights you cried. Sorry cannot return the trust that was shattered into pieces. But you, my beloved, are not trapped by the past anymore. You are free to walk forward, carrying only the light of who you have become. Their regret remains behind, chained to the darkness of what they did. Even if they never speak it aloud, heaven has made it known, their soul carries the burden. Every step they take now reminds them of the choice they made. Every blessing they lose reminds them of the love they once betrayed. And still, you rise. You rise above their mistakes, above their sorrow, above their shame. You rise because heaven lifts you higher with every tear they once caused. Their chest tightens whenever they hear your name whispered in a room. They pretend not to react, but their silence speaks louder than words. Deep inside, their soul trembles because the past they buried has now become their daily reminder. They thought life would move on, that the weight of guilt would soften. But instead, the weight has only grown heavier, pressing on them every single day. No matter how far they go, the shadow of their actions follows them like a curse. Your tears have already been turned into blessings, but their tears remain bitter. Every night, they fight battles with memories they cannot escape. The same pain they caused you is the pain they now carry, multiplied. Heaven has declared this shift so you can know the truth. You were never the victim, you were the chosen. You were never the weak one, you were the rising flame. And their sorrow is the proof that justice has already begun. They replay the exact moment they betrayed you in their mind, over and over. It strikes them harder than 1,000 storms. Their heart sinks because they know nothing can erase what was done. Your silence now terrifies them more than your words ever did. Because silence is louder than any apology, silence is heavier than any regret. They know they have no place left in your story, and that truth burns them deeply. Archangel Michael says, heaven is revealing this not to reopen wounds but to set you free completely. You deserve to know that their soul has not rested since the day they broke yours. The sorrow they carry is eternal until they seek forgiveness from above. Beloved child, walk tall. Your scars are now your crown. Their regret is their punishment, and your healing is your glory. They try to smile in front of others, but it feels fake. Their laughter dies quickly, their joy fades too soon, because guilt drains their spirit every time. Even when surrounded by friends, they feel alone with their shadow. The letters they never sent still exist, crumpled papers, unsent messages, words never spoken. Every line begins with, "I'm sorry," but ends with tears. They hide it, but heaven sees every attempt, every ache, every broken word. What once was their pride has now turned into their torment. The strength they thought they had vanished when the truth of what they did sank into their heart. They live haunted, while you live chosen. This is the final turning, beloved. Their tears will never outweigh your blessings. Their sorrow will never erase your light. And their regret will never undo the divine destiny prepared for you. They thought the world had forgotten their mistake, but heaven never forgets. The cries of your soul were carried into the skies, and every angel recorded your pain. Now their heart is chained by the very memories they once tried to bury. Every blessing you receive cuts them like a blade. They watch from afar, knowing you shine brighter than ever before. That brightness reminds them of what they lost when they chose to betray you. They scroll through old memories, photos, and moments they once shared with you. Each image feels like fire against their skin. They can't erase the past, and it follows them wherever they turn. Your presence in the world is their reminder of failure. They regret, they ache, they crumble behind closed doors. But you stand strong, beloved, because heaven never allowed their betrayal to define your ending. Their nights are the worst. Alone in silence, their mind torments them with scenes of what they did. No matter how they try, sleep never brings peace, only endless replay of regret. The tears they shed now are the same tears they once caused you. But while your tears turned into blessings, their tears turn into chains. That is the justice heaven has written. Archangel Michael says, their punishment is not in the loss of wealth or friends. It is in the silence of their soul. They feel empty inside, no matter how much they try to fill it. That emptiness is the echo of what they once broke in you. Beloved child, understand this clearly, your strength is their mirror. And every time they see you rise, their regret deepens. You have become the testimony they cannot escape. They whisper apologies in their mind but never speak them aloud. Fear holds them back, shame keeps them silent. Heaven hears what their lips cannot confess. The choices they made have created a wall between them and their peace. No matter what they achieve, the wall always stands. And behind it, their soul cries endlessly. Your story has moved forward, but theirs remains stuck in the moment they betrayed you. That moment replays like an endless circle in their chest. It has become the shadow that walks with them forever. The truth, beloved, is this: they feel sorry, but sorry is not enough. Their sorrow is real, but your freedom is greater. Their chains remain, while your wings spread wide. They thought the world had forgotten their mistake, but heaven never forgets. The cries of your soul were carried into the skies, and every angel recorded your pain. Now their heart is chained by the very memories they once tried to bury. Every blessing you receive cuts them like a blade. They watch from afar, knowing you shine brighter than ever before. That brightness reminds them of what they lost when they chose to betray you. They scroll through old memories, photos, and moments they once shared with you. Each image feels like fire against their skin. They can't erase the past, and it follows them wherever they turn. Your presence in the world is their reminder of failure. They regret, they ache, they crumble behind closed doors. But you stand strong, beloved, because heaven never allowed their betrayal to define your ending. Their nights are the worst. Alone in silence, their mind torments them with scenes of what they did. No matter how they try, sleep never brings peace, only endless replay of regret. The tears they shed now are the same tears they once caused you. But while your tears turned into blessings, their tears turn into chains. That is the justice heaven has written. Archangel Michael says, their punishment is not in the loss of wealth or friends, it is in the silence of their soul. They feel empty inside, no matter how much they try to fill it. That emptiness is the echo of what they once broke in you. Beloved child, understand this clearly, your strength is their mirror. And every time they see you rise, their regret deepens. You have become the testimony they cannot escape. They whisper apologies in their mind but never speak them aloud. Fear holds them back, shame keeps them silent. Heaven hears what their lips cannot confess. The choices they made have created a wall between them and their peace. No matter what they achieve, the wall always stands. And behind it, their soul cries endlessly. Your story has moved forward, but theirs remains stuck in the moment they betrayed you. That moment replays like an endless circle in their chest. It has become the shadow that walks with them forever. The truth, beloved, is this: they feel sorry, but sorry is not enough. Their sorrow is real, but your freedom is greater. Their chains remain, while your wings spread wide. They thought they could bury the past, but heaven never allows truth to stay hidden. The same way your pain was seen, their regret is being revealed. Every corner they turn, every place they go, the shadow of guilt is there waiting. They can't escape the look in your eyes that still haunts them. Even when you are not around, your memory stares at them like a mirror they cannot break. It is the mirror that reflects who they really are and what they did. Their soul aches for forgiveness, but forgiveness cannot erase the history. It can only set you free, and that freedom you already hold. Meanwhile, their spirit stays chained to the mistakes they made. Beloved, heaven is showing you this not to reopen your wounds, but to heal them forever. You needed to know that the one who broke you has never lived in peace since. Their sorrow is their constant companion. They regret every moment they failed you. They regret every tear you cried because of them. And now those regrets pile on top of each other like mountains pressing down on their chest. Even their dreams betray them. In sleep, they see you walking away, stronger, untouchable. And they wake up with tears, unable to escape what has become their reality. Archangel Michael says, your victory was sealed the very moment they tried to break you. What they thought would end you became the very thing that made you rise. Their regret is living proof that heaven's justice never fails. Beloved child, never doubt your strength. Never doubt the power of your healing. You have already won the battle they thought you would lose. They walk among people, but they feel like a stranger in their own life. Because the weight of betrayal keeps them from feeling whole. No matter how they try, nothing fills the emptiness. The world may not see it, but heaven sees it clearly. Their laughter fades when they are alone, and their nights are soaked with tears. Guilt has become the chain they cannot break. And yet, you walk in freedom. Your light grows brighter every single day. The same light that exposes their shame is the light that carries you higher. They are sorry, yes, but sorry cannot change destiny. Destiny has already crowned you with strength, favor, and blessings beyond measure. Their sorrow is only a shadow against your glory.